Yes, guys, we're back again. It's SFeatleyTV. Here comes the Arsenal gossip column here tonight.
Already, chance, Balotelli, Aguero! Premier League champions 2016, Leicester City!
Hope to see you soon. Well done. Bye-bye.
Gazzola, Giroud again, Joe Wilson! Here's Gerrard. That's a great strike! McCracken getting closer. To the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent! Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie!
Yes, guys. Sorry, just quickly doing this now. We are here for another episode of the Arsenal gossip column. All Arsenal news, transfer news, the latest gossip. We're just going to go through it all. Just latest debates as well. Manny, how are you?
Tired for the most part because it is my third stream today, almost uninterrupted. But it's been good fun, and I'm happy to sort of keep raising my voice. Hopefully not so high, but it's been fun, interesting. But I'm going to be tired after this. I hope you can understand.
That's all right. This one only lasts about it only lasts about 45 minutes to an hour tops. So I won't keep you too long. So we're going to start off with obviously the result on Saturday, 4-2. I might have been a little critical of the team, but that's only because of what's seen last season, and I saw the same mistakes or similar mistakes to what's happened, right? And before we get on to the big elephant in the room, which Craig's already made a point of, so I'm going to leave that there for a minute because I'm going to have my little rant in a minute. Why is Odegaard being played? Why is he starting? I said this when he was made captain. I knew that was Smith Rowe's chance gone. Right? Smith Rowe was condemned to the bench as soon as they made Odegaard captain. Right? And this is the reason, right? Odegaard in the first 2 games, right? Jesus Christ, I've had to send fucking, like, I've had to put up posters of like missing posters of where he is. No one could find him. We couldn't find him at Sellers Park. Couldn't find him at the Emirates. Can't find him anywhere in London. Right? It's fucking disappeared, mate. Right? He's supposed to be the club captain. He disappears during the games. Right? I came out with a stat. Right? There's a stat that's going around actually. Right? This is mad. Dean Henderson, Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, has had more touches on the ball in the Premier League this season than Martin Odegaard. And yet this guy is supposed to be the next coming of Bergkamp. Right. Okay. Right. What is this love affair about him? Right? Because so far I've seen 2 games he's gone missing. Why is it Smith Rowe, the home Haaland boy, homegrown talent, the one that even normally says on that bloody documentary that everyone's going on about, right? He sees and it's called Arsenal Football Club. Right? Why is he not getting a start? Why is this guy who was rejected by Real Madrid getting start after start after start? For what? What's he done? We played with basically 10 men. We basically played with 10 men all game. Simple as that.
I don't like to use the term puppet leader, but it seems obvious that that is effectively what Odegaard could be becoming. And, he's got the body constitution of a puppet, actually. He's not even hefty. So, yeah, that might end up being appropriate for him. I can't even put a finger as to why he's being started. If you might recall, Stephen, there have been a few streams where I've said that I've been really impressed with whatever potential he has, because he does have a really good left foot. He does have the ability to find a decent pass if and when he can. Zach, good evening.
Oh, good evening, both. I hope you both all well.
He's not going to call a Royal Rumble this time, is he?
I'm gonna behave today. I'm tired today, so I don't have the energy to tease you.
That makes the three of us. I hope you will behave yourself.
It's one of them.
Yeah, but of late, I mean, I have seen people's criticisms about how he hardly ever is able to. He's not really able to impose himself on the game. That shot he missed against Crystal Palace, when he couldn't take the shot. Instead, he had to try and tap it onto his stronger left foot because he's so incorrigibly left-footed. I mean, the best players have to at least try and, get your non-kicking foot onto that, because the best players can somehow find a way to score with their non-kicking feet. And you mentioned that he's been missing all over London. Maybe he's taken a bit of a holiday to the south coast, set up camp over there, and might join the team there.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask Lee Gunner if he's on Gibraltar.
Ooh, good question. And that's the thing. I mean, he seems to have more of a star appeal, and maybe that's why Arteta keeps picking him, because it's all about forming a clique and forming close bonds with players he likes. I don't know if either of you saw that short video when Zinchenko was introduced as an Arsenal player. Arteta met him in the hallway, and they shared an embrace, and he said, "Man, that black shirt looks good on you." You don't do that as a manager. You weren't his former teammate, for heaven's sake. You keep your distance, and you just offer a warm handshake and said, welcome to the club, glad you're here. And you can have that sort of a relationship, but not too warm as to hug him. If you do that, you can't exert control over your players, but it seems to be clear that he is encouraging the formation of a clique, which will destroy the harmony of the team.
We'll find that out further on in the season. But the main thing I want to go on about is the fact that we played 2 games. Odegaard's been missing in both of them, right? And then with Smith Rowe not getting a look in, right?
But that's
Smith Rowe has come on and been more effective than him.
He's injured. Right? He's gonna play. Smith Rowe is injured.
Smith Rowe is injured.
Yeah, he's gonna start playing under 23s this week. That's why he's not been playing any minutes for us.
But would you expect him to come straight in?
Who, Smith Rowe?
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, because he's missed so much the past few months. I don't know his fitness. For me, I'm one of them. Yeah. When you come back from injury, you have to prove yourself. And if he comes back and he gets fair minutes and he looks well, then it's him. That's how I look at it. I'm not one of them.
Odegaard would do that knowing Odegaard's captain?
Well, honestly, I don't know, because we saw him benching Aubameyang when Aubameyang was captain before they had the issues. So, and Aubameyang is a more high-profile player than Odegaard. We just have to wait and see. I don't want to speculate too much. What I will say is that Odegaard obviously needs to show more on the field. He needs to step up a bit more. He needs to be more. I do think that one of the things that has happened this season is that he's playing a lot deeper. So, last season he was the one who was attacking more the box, and Xhaka was playing deeper. This season he's playing deeper, and I don't know if it has to do with Ben White playing at right back to get a better balance of the team, because Odegaard does a lot of pressing and he does a lot when he doesn't have the ball, and maybe that is one of the reasons why he is not as effective as he should be. I don't know, but one thing that I like this season that I felt we didn't have last season is that if Saka and Odegaard didn't have a good game, we never had a good game,
Yeah.
and we were so reliant on them to stepping up. With this season, we've seen that Martinelli is taking charge now. He's playing with more freedom, which is great to see because he's so talented and he has so much potential. And we've seen with the introduction of Jesus and Sinchenko. And I think
Hmm.
that's something that we lacked before, like quality, where we've so dependent on certain players has to step up for we to be able to score goals. When was the last time we scored 4 goals and none of Odegaard and Saka didn't have a goal or assist? Like, and I think it's good. What we want to see now is that if Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe, when they are back to fitness, if Odegaard isn't playing well, he needs to be benched, regardless of his captain or not. And that will be interesting
That's
to
my worry,
see.
though. I just don't think he will do that.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not going to speculate too much on it because we don't know. He can do it, he might not do it. We will see because time will tell us if he will be brave enough to do it. But before that, Odegaard, even though playing deeper, needs to be more effective of the game. If you guys remember Xavi at Barcelona, he was never a great goal scorer or had a lot of assists, but he was dictating the game even when he was playing deeper. And Odegaard needs to be able to do that. We've seen that with Bernardo Silva. When he was playing attacking midfielder, he was wonderful. And when he was withdrawn with Pep and playing deeper, he was still wonderful. He wasn't getting a lot of goals and assists, but he was breaking line with his passing, with his dribbling. And that is something that Odegaard needs to be able to do for me.
Yeah.
He-
Um, Lewis says no, Jesus can't be captain. He's only just turned up. You can't have
yeah, I agree with that.
you can't have Jesus come in
Yeah,
and all of a sudden make him captain. That wouldn't work.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say something. What I was saying sort of segues into the issue of why Odegaard can't be dropped because he's now a part of Arteta's clique.
Sorry, your dad's trying to stop me too, so
Yeah.
you can either just go for the rest of these points. Big up Eugene as well. Odegaard is playing deep, as they said. He's not supposed to play deep. He's a number 10. Like,
But
you're number
that's
10.
that's
Like,
that's the thing now.
like,
We are moving away from having one number 10, and we are now playing with a more floating system where Odegaard is more
it's
a
very,
right-sided midfielder, and Xhaka
yeah.
is more a left-sided midfielder, and then Partey plays deep, so it's more a 4-3-3 instead of a 4-2-3-1 that we were playing before.
Xhaka is free to float and doesn't defend much now. He's well as I love how you love him down now. Freaking Xhaka, don't you? And I ain't even
But
fucking
the
started
good
on him
thing
yet.
is that a lot of teams don't rate Xhaka, so he's free. Nobody really marks him,
Mate,
and
I
that's
don't
why.
rate Xhaka, and I ain't even started on him yet.
Yeah, but it's good because he's been good these past 2 games, and as
Oh
if he's
yeah,
gonna
he's been
play,
good,
at
but
least
he's
be
not
good.
vice captain.
No, no, we can talk about that as well. But what I'm
Oh,
saying
we're
is that
going to.
as long as he's playing, yeah, we want him to play good, even though we don't like him, even though we don't want him at the club. As long as he's playing, play good,
That's until the
and
next
he
bad
is,
performance he has and he throws a fit.
he is. And let's see if he can. The thing with Shaka as well is like, let's see if he can continue to play well. Let's
If
see
he's the
now
yeah, let's see if he actually if he has a bad game. It's just one bad game. He then just doesn't throw a sulk and then decides to have a shit for 5 games.
because obviously teams are
That's
going
what
to
he's been doing
analyze
all the
our
time.
game and they're going to see that we've shifted from attacking a lot on right to attacking more on the left. And obviously good managers are going to make adjustment to that. So it's going to be interesting to
Mm.
see how we handle that as well. But so far it's been all right attacking wise for Arsenal. And it's good that it's not just Odegaard, but he as well playing deep, dictating the game, can do more as well.
How do you think this is fucking funny?
This is just Steven Spielberg.
Uh,
Uh, yeah.
uh, uh.
But I want to
Right,
ask you something. I want to ask you something.
hang on. Before we go down this road, let's start this right now. This cunt, and I'm gonna use him like that because he is one, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't forget things. I don't forget things very lightly, right? Maybe that's a flaw in me. I don't know. He told us to fucking do one when he threw a strop because we wanted him off the pitch to win a fucking game, right? He decided to throw one off and tell us to fuck off, right? Throwing the fucking shirt on the floor, right? He decided to spit in the face of this club. He decided, I want out. Your manager had begged him to stay. Your manager had begged him to stay again when we could have got better. Uwar's now gone to fucking Forest. You're telling me we couldn't bring him instead of Xhaka, right? In replace of him, and then go get someone else, right? Or get Tillemans and Paqueta and get rid of Xhaka. Xhaka's had plenty of chances to leave, but no. And now we're making this fucker vice captain again. Like, oh well, it's all good, it's all forgiven. This is how of a fucking joke this club is, right? This would have never happened under David Dean, George Graham, early Wenger, right? The hybrid days, should we call them? Never, right? If he did that, what he did against Southampton, with Adams on the pitch or Vieira on the pitch, mate, his fucking face would be through the fucking dressing room fucking wall, right? So he's lucky he's not with them people, right? He's very lucky he's not with them sort of people, right? Because they won't accept it. But this is our fan base in a nutshell. We'll forget what's happened in the last 2 years, where he's constantly let us down, fucked us up, fucking never turned up when we wanted him to, always getting sent off, the most mistakes in the Premier League, right? And yet you want to make this bastard a fucking vice captain again. And you wonder why I don't believe in Arteta. You wonder why. Right? Yeah, we might have won our first 2 games. What are we going to do? Lose our shit? We won our first 2 games 2 years ago. What did we do? We ended up 16th in the fucking table. Right? It's 2 games in a fucking season. Calm the fuck down. This is what I've seen all over Twitter. People losing their shit. Oh my God. Like, Jesus. Because I tell you what, if we do what we did against Leicester, against Chelsea or Tottenham, Conte and Tuchel will tear us apart. They'll exploit it and tear us apart. They'll capitalise on those mistakes. Right?
We do have a
And
good
who will
record
be in the
against
middle of it
Tuchel.
all? And who will be in the middle of it all? Granit fucking Xhaka.
We do usually win against them with
Professional
Tuchel.
fucker. I'm calling him the professional fuck up from now on. Right? The professional fuck up. That's what I'm calling him. Right? Not my player. Right? Not my player. Simple
Yeah, I
as
know.
that.
I know you don't do you really don't like Granit, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I
No, I
understand.
don't.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with both of you,
When
and
I've gone up watching Adams, Kit Campbell, Henry, Burkham, no, I don't rate him at all.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys and everybody that's taken their time to tune into this show. I love the vibe. It's a good debate. It's good topics, and
Yeah,
big up to
sorry, I had to
Steven
get that off my chest.
and Manny as well. When it comes to me, yeah, I think 2 years ago, or if it was 2.5 years ago, when Granit Xhaka did that incident, I was fuming, and I wanted him out of the club directly. Like for me, is it me or is it echoing? Can you hear the
Who?
It's
echo?
not me. It's not me. I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
doing nothing.
It
Maybe
might,
it's me actually.
it might, it might. No, Manny, it does pick up the mic a little bit. Our mics a little bit when your
Is
mic
someone
and
listening
ours.
to the show as well?
No, it just. I think there's just like an echo on his mic that picks up ours.
Okay, okay, okay. No worries. Yeah. So what I was
It's all
gonna
right. Just
say,
keep it on mute, and then when
yeah,
he wants
yeah.
to speak, speak.
So what I was gonna say is that I used to be very emotionally invest into
Sorry,
Arsenal.
say Ben White can't defend. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I used to be very emotionally attached to Arsenal and the players, and it used to have such an impact on my whole life. And after that incident, I decided that enough is enough. If the club doesn't have the values, if the club doesn't have the standards, if they are not going to demand the best from the players, then I'm not gonna take my emotions and invest it into the club anymore. I still support Arsenal. I still love Arsenal, but I've distanced myself from the players because so many of them have let me down in the past. When Fabregas went, he let me down. When Nasri went, he
Yeah,
let me down. When
cliche.
Van Persie then Clichy, even Henri when he left, he let me down. He hurt me. I'm
Oh
not
no,
gonna lie.
no, I
No,
couldn't.
but if me at that time, at me, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When that happened, when he went to Barcelona, I understand later on why he
I
did it.
was a kid.
But when
I couldn't ever be let
but
down
he
by
was my
them.
favorite player. He was my hero. So when he left,
Oh
he
yeah.
really hurt me, and I felt
I
let
was
down.
crying that day. I was
So
crying
so
that day.
when that happened again with Granit
I
Xhaka, I
was,
was like,
well, no.
you
What would
know
happen
what?
is, no, what happened is in my life is that because my mum's always been my care because of
Yeah,
all the problems I've had, right? Right, she'd always be there. If anything had a problem, she'd go to. So when I found out Henri was signing for Arsenal, I'm like to the paper, like, Mum, sort it, fix it, fix it, fix it. It can't happen. Get the money. Just save the money. Like as a kid, like
yeah.
help.
Yeah. So after when that happened with Granit Xhaka, that day I decided, you know what, Arsenal, whatever, like I'll support you, I'll criticize you, but you are not going to have that impact on my life again because the players
Yeah,
don't care anymore. We've seen it. We
the
buy
kids.
players
He
who
plays
knows
well.
nothing about
He
the
plays well
tradition.
until he decides I can't be bothered anymore and get sent off.
Like
It's off until
and
he
I
puts
blame
on.
the club.
He
If
does
you
it all
buy
the
a
time.
player, if he doesn't know about the club and its history, then it's up to you to
Yeah,
educate him and put the standards where he understand that this is important for the
exactly,
club and for the fans.
exactly.
But
Say,
Arsenal
say.
don't
Let me
have
just
that
ask you a question.
standard. Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
just ask you a question with Granit Xhaka right now, right?
yeah.
And I'll ask you, every single one of you in the chat, how much are you betting Granit Xhaka is going to get more than one red card this season? It's a pretty safe bet, isn't it? Pretty safe.
I would I would say
Unlike some people
it's
who get one or
but
two
do
red
you
cards in
know
their
what it is?
careers, he
Do you
get
know
it
what it is, Steven?
every single season.
Do you know what it is? I don't want to focus on that too much because if he doesn't get it, it will be, oh, look at you, you were all hating on him. Now he's not having
Yeah,
red cards
yeah, he's
again. So
changed his ways.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to put too
Fuck
much
it, stick it on all or
emphasis
nothing. You never
on
know.
that.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me just first say my point, and I'll mute my mic back. Okay. With regard to Xhaka, we've seen central midfielders get sent off very frequently. Look, Patrick Vieira had an average of one red card a season, but then that's the nature of the position, you see. If Xhaka were to get sent off, making some sort of a tackle or some sort of a play which wouldn't necessarily be reckless, but which would need to be done to try to wrest back the initiative, you can sort of understand that. But if you're going to have a situation where that idiot grabs someone by his neck, I'm sorry, no, that is unacceptable. I'm going to bet 10 quid that he will have more than one red card this season, and I'll throw in an extra fiver that one of those red cards, or maybe two, will be for some act of stupidity which will put his manager to shame. And that sort of underlines The fact that you could have Odegaard and Xhaka as captains because they're very close to Arteta and idolise him, it's horrible. These clicks will destroy team harmony, and they will destroy even the best teams.
And here's the
Simple
thing,
as that.
Manny, right? Do you know how? Do you know? I remember in January, he kept getting everyone sent off. Literally every other game, he had someone sent off. Right? Why is that? Because our most experienced players are Granit Xhaka. They're learning off him. He says in All or Nothing, I'm the most experienced player here, and I'm only 28. They're learning off him. So if they're learning off him, they're learning how to fucking 2-foot someone and get themselves sent off for an early shower, thinking that's a perfectly legitimate tackle. Right? At what point does it ever cross in his brain, I'm not doing something right here? Right? When? Like, because if
For me,
the
do you know
fans
what
telling
it is?
you,
Do you know what it
that
is,
don't
Stephen?
like you
Yeah.
anymore, they're fed up with you. If that's not telling you that they are fed up with the way you're acting as a captain, right, and that they just don't like the way you're playing football anymore, right, and this has not been since Arteta, and Arteta's not come in and changed things because he still does the same thing time and time again, right? So no matter what you do, there will still be this flaw with Granit Xhaka, right? And in the end, who is the one that falls out? Us. What happens in the critical games? He ends up doing something stupid, right? Let's not forget when we got battered against Man City. What did he decide? That I can't be asked playing anymore. Boom! I'll get myself sent off. Can't be asked doing it anymore, guys. Fuck it.
I think
And then
he
after
got
the
the
game,
penalty,
had a cup.
and
Shit.
Gabriel got the red card. Yeah. But do you know what my problem is, Stephen? Yeah. I used to play football. I had games when I lose my head. But when a player lose their head and get a red card, as a manager, you need to discipline them and you need to make them understand what you did is not acceptable, and next game you're not playing. Because then you will know that. Because I believe in giving people second chances because no one is perfect.
Natish,
But
what?
when you don't do that, when you don't have any standards that no matter what you do, you're playing next game, why do you need to change?
Can I make a point? What is this point about him not defending?
But
How
he's
many? He
I
still
don't even
defends.
no what it is, I don't even agree with that statement from Nitish. Granit Xhaka defends with his pressing and his position and he blocks a lot of balls. What it is that he's not playing deep anymore because the manager knows that he's not mobile enough to play as a DM, because if he is the last man, the opposition will just press him and he will either lose the ball or he will tackle them or he will do something stupid. And that's why he's
Or
playing higher now.
or or
But
or
you
or
can't
or,
play football, modern football, and not having
or for
players
example,
defending.
is that the fact is that people just literally just decide I'm just gonna decide I'm gonna because I'm Granit Xhaka, like I'll do something stupid, right? Or the fact that I'll lose the ball, and then what? I remember like a goal against the Leicester, like they scored first. I think it was 2 years ago. Tillerman's got the ball, and he's literally running beside him, like that, running beside him, not putting a foot in, like said it's like all right, mate,
Yeah,
go
you're
on,
right.
go and score. Look, I'll jog with you, mate. I'll jog with you, right, and you can put it in the back of the net. Well, I'll just let you oh, you want it off me. I'll run with you. I'll jog with you, like we're doing a marathon, right, and you can go score a goal, right. Not put a foot in at any point, right. Even at that point, I would have just said, take the fucker out and get a yellow card. That's what what defender would do. But no, let's not credit Xhaka. Let's just let him run and score. Right, and that was under Arteta. But there you go. Natster, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I saw the message that you sent me earlier. I didn't realise you actually sent the link as well. So fair play to
Yeah,
you. My bad to me. So
no, it's
we'll
no
get
worries.
that confusion out of the way. But yeah,
It's just easier to send the links
chat.
that way.
Yeah, no, exactly. Rather than I'll click a link and then it could be fucking anything, but
Arsenal Manic, it's a V. So,
yeah, I think I'll just say like my 2 cents to it. Like at the end of the day, when he first came to the football club, like we were in Champions League football, I believe, like 16-17 season.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so he came in and
it was the last season we were in Champions League, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And Wenger chose him over Kante, I believe, because Kante had just won the league with Leicester.
Yeah,
and then
but
Conte was at the time.
Arsenal decided that he didn't want to pay 2 million more agent fees to Kante's agent than Granit. So
there we go.
Again, he put his own interest over the club's interest.
He's made many more.
And for me, that is where my criticism to Wenger became a big problem, because he refused to adjust to modern football. He had an idea that I don't want to pay high agent fees. I don't want to deal with super agents. But if you don't want that, go to a small club then. Because you can't be a big club and want to win the biggest titles and not deal with the biggest players, because all the biggest players have big agents.
Do you know why Wenger didn't choose a smaller club? Do you know why Wenger didn't choose a smaller club? Because his ego was too inflated.
Yeah.
He was a dictator. Let's be real. He ran that football club.
He did.
Don't get me wrong. He earned the right to run that football club, because
only up to a certain point. Only up to a certain point.
He earned the right, of course. And there's no disrespect to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let me just He
earned the right because of what he won, right? Right, and what he'd been able to change at the club, right? That's why they gave him such control, right? Then obviously David Dean sold his heads with Kroenke, and Kroenke said, "Well, Arsenal, you're the football man. You take it all over, right?" And then
because they didn't know anything about football.
Yeah, I know. And they put Gazidis in, and let's not forget, like Wenger, like Gazidis is his CEO. Gazidis is his CEO,
but he employed him.
But he's in charge of him.
Yeah. But again, because he wanted to be in charge of every level of the club. When they asked him about why don't Arsenal have a footballing director, he said, "What is that? What do they do?"
We're getting way into the past, and this is back when Arsenal were losing their standards.
Sorry. Yeah, but big up everyone that's tuned in. Big up Miss Mel. Nice to see you in the chat. Big up DW. Yeah, she is.
There's so many messages.
Yeah. Big up everyone in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Big up Mel.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
It's a messy in this prime. Xhaka isn't even great at put. I'm moving on for Granit Xhaka before I have a meltdown. Right. Look. I know
but pressing isn't about pace.
Did they give
Nitish? Barcelona was the best pressing team in the world, and I don't think anyone looks at Xavi and Busquets, Piqué as speed machines.
I want to run away from the men's team.
Yeah.
Go to the women's team. Right?
Yay!
First of all, Arsenal Lionesses is playing a key role in the Euros. Right? I wanted to do this for a while, but I thought, get this out now. Like Sweden. I know. Say it's going to be offended because he's Sweden.
No, I'm not. I'm not Swedish anyway. I don't care. I'm Gambian.
Hang on a minute. You were fucking Sweden in the Euros.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no evidence of that.
Yeah, no, there's no evidence of that. Yeah, okay. Not saying it's all your master plan.
Nah, Swedish people are blonde with blue eyes, and I don't fit that description, so I'm not Swedish.
Not all the time. I've met a few Swedes that have like.
One of my best friends in university was an African Swede. I don't remember where he was from, but Swedish as they come.
But joke aside, guys. Obviously, I was born in Sweden and I lived there for 26 years. Trust me when I tell you, you are not Swedish if you're not white. I know what I'm saying, and there's a reason why I don't live there anymore. But that's another topic. But big up the Lionesses, big up England's football women team for doing something that the men's team have failed to do forever, which is to win the European Cup.
It doesn't matter where it is. It's 50 years gone, done, finished, done, finito. We've won something.
Yeah, and we have to big them up. They did something that the Hurricanes couldn't do. And maybe it got something to do that one team have an Arsenal captain, the other team has a Spurs captain. But I leave that to the chat, innit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't read too much into that. No, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is.
When you've got Dyer, Ali, Kane, right, you can see why.
Ali's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Neither is Dyer.
But his spirit is there.
Look, I'm trying to relay the point here. Like, I'm trying to, like, you see where I'm going with it.
Yeah, we can tell you.
Look, anyway, they play such a key role. We've done really well. Right, we're European champions, and I think if actually the right investment is made into women's football in this country, we could actually go on and actually start to do what the Americans have done, actually try and dominate the women's game and actually take them on like big time. But that's another story. What I want to focus on here is that this season, this WSL season, right? We finished second last season, literally back 2 points off Chelsea. Right? Yeah. Can we beat them this time?
We have to invest. That's the truth. Yeah. We have to invest. The difference between Chelsea and Arsenal the past few years is that Chelsea keep on improving every single year. And we used to be where Chelsea are now, and we need to get back to that. We need to get back to winning the Premier League, and we need to get back to winning the Champions League. And I believe that we can do that, but we need a few more signings.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember we played Barcelona, we got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Watch out for that. It was not nice.
Yeah. But at least we are competing, and again. The women are showing the standard.
But that's the thing.
The men have a lot of things to learn to do.
But that's what I was saying, and this is what we've kept saying. It's like it's nothing like we've got like I don't.
Yeah, we're not entitled to win, but we should at least challenge.
No, that's what I'm saying. With the amount of money we spend, the amount of money we earn, right, and we've spent a lot of money on this manager. Right, we should be in the Champions League by now with the amount of money we spent. And two, we should be starting to push towards trying to see if we can challenge for the league. Right? I know it's going to take even further and a lot longer, right? And I don't think it's going to be with this manager, because anyone that's going to sit there and tell me Arteta's going to beat Pep and Klopp to a title, right? I don't know what you're smoking, but it's something funny. Like even with the best squad he's got in the world, he wouldn't be able to do it. Right? Because Pep and Klopp are that good. Right? Same as Tuchel, same as Conte. Don't forget them in as well. Right? But like Arsenal of our size should be doing what the women's team are doing, which is competing for the league. Right? And compete for the league every season. That's what I demand out on my side. So at least compete for the league. Right?
Yeah.
Not top 4. Right? So when if we get top 4 this season, I don't want to hear any fucking Arteta Ring fans coming in my chat saying, "Oh yeah, you're in the mud. Look, Arteta's this, Arteta's that." Bullshit. He's only got halfway. He's halfway there yet.
Do you know what it is, Stephen?
He's halfway there yet. You've got to get to the fucking summit yet.
Do you know what I've learned?
Up Everest to fall back down again.
Do you know what I've learned, Stephen? Yeah. I don't care about them anymore. For me, it's all about what I care about, what Arsenal do. Like, if I feel like Arsenal are shit and they get top 4, I don't care. And if I feel like Arsenal are great and they get top 4, that's me. Like, because the thing is, this year with social media now, you get so many weirdos that are online, and they're just waiting to spread the miserable life on people. And I'm not going to give them any platform. I'm not going to give them any energy. So it's like, for me, I'm just going to ignore them. And You just do yours. At the end of the day, you have your standards, you have what you believe in, and that's what's important for you.
Exactly, mate.
Because there's some people, Stephen, yeah, Arsenal could finish 10th and they would still say that there's improvement. We've
Hey,
seen
mate,
it.
I'll give it. But like, if people don't believe this, that this is one. Look, this is one example about this show. This is for
Yeah.
tonight's show.
And this is what I'm saying. There's so many weirdos that are out there that don't have a life, that only wants to, they are not brave enough to do what you are doing. So they are jealous, they envy you.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't put on a camera and
They
put
envy
their
me,
own
mate. If they want
own
a fucking swap, they can do so.
Yeah, but they don't have that. It takes a lot for someone to start a channel and say what you believe in and stand by that. A lot of
Yeah.
people can't do that. And that's why they envy you. And that's why when they see that your channel is growing, that you're doing great, they get envy. And that's why they hate on you. Because they want to be you. But
But
they
this is the
can't.
funny. This is the funny thing, is right. You envious, right? I'll tell you what. I'll take your life in a heartbeat. I'll do better use with it right now, because
Yeah.
this is the weird thing. Yeah, I've got all this channel, got this everything, and this that, but the health comes with it, and you
I
ain't
know.
got the fucking first idea what I've been through, and you
Yeah.
ain't
Yeah,
want to know what I've been. And do you know what?
Yeah.
You lot and them lot are scum, but I wouldn't wish it on them. Trust
Nah, I
me.
know, I know, I know, I know. Yeah,
Right?
because
Which says a
you're
lot.
better than that.
yeah.
And because you're better than
Liver
that,
failure is not a nice way to go.
that's
It is,
why you want to help people.
especially when you're only 11 years old.
Yeah.
Agreed completely. And let me just talk a little bit about that point about Arsenal's Lionesses. I think there were 4 Lionesses in the squad, but only 2 of them, Williamson and Mead, actually made made a really big impact. Mead obviously was player of the tournament. Williamson was captain. I was surprised when she
Well,
was
there you
made
go.
captain.
Those are the 2 most important. So there you go.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, it takes a whole team, and I think the other 2 Lionesses should probably have a more increased role with Arsenal now. But it's going to take a lot more, and I think, as Said said, we might need to invest a little bit. If we can build a team which can maybe even go back to winning ways, that would be a good start, perhaps.
I think we need a couple of signings for the door. I mean, Nikita Paris is great, but I feel that a couple more signings wouldn't hurt us.
No. Yeah,
Especially,
I agree.
I mean, you got. I mean, like Chelsea are a formidable side, and they've got like probably one of the best like women's league managers going in Emma Hayes. Like, the way she manages her team is just incredible. So, like, it's not gonna be easy. But then, when is it ever easy? Right? It used to be a time. It used to be too easy. You know, at least if the team won't win something, the men's won't win something, the women wants to win something, at least. Like, but yeah, this is. It's a lot more increased competition, but it still needs extra funding. What I'd like to see is that the funding actually goes to help us, like, become a lot more established on the world stage, so we can take the likes of USA on and beat them in the World Cup.
Do you know how that's going to happen, Stephen? Honestly, because I've been thinking about this for a while. In order for like women's football to grow, investment alone is not enough. Like, even if the money goes to the right places in women's football, the fans need to turn up.
Yeah.
And I would take it further, with all due respect, and I'm just being completely honest here. Like, I don't see, other than obviously like in the Euros and especially in the semi-final and final, but when it comes to the Premier League, women's Super League, like, you know, the FA Cup or Women's FA Cup, whichever. I'm not privy on women's football, so forgive me, people, forgive me. But there needs to be more people turning up to them games, and more so, I would say, women. Like, set the precedent. Like, this is your game, because we'll watch men's football, we'll back our game, and the women will back our game as well. So why don't they back their game as well as
That's
you know,
what's been,
we can like get the ball rolling.
But this is why this.
I love
This is
that
why,
you said that. And do you know why? Because
It's true.
but,
I
but
have
this is
I
but
have
this
the
is why
same
winning. But
problem.
this is why winning the Euros was so important, right? It's to show. It's a better show on the on the European stage to everyone in this country. The world win in this country is that, like, doesn't matter. Like, if we all focus on the men's sport, you can do it. You can go
Yeah,
and do it. You can
this is
get
what I'm
success.
saying. It's so easy, and again, it's so easy to complain and write
Yeah,
essays and statement on social media. But if
Yeah,
you believe in women and you are a feminist, why don't you go to the game? That's the best way to support them.
hundred
It's not
yeah.
percent,
through social
hundred
media. It's to
percent.
be there, because the more
Go there.
people who goes there, the
And it's
more
not exactly it costs a lot.
traction you
I
will
mean,
get.
like,
If
it, the
every
tickets at the
man
minute.
stopped to go watching men's football, Sky Sport would stop showing it because it wouldn't generate any money.
Yeah,
100%. Money talks.
it's. I mean, it's like especially like at the minute because the women's game is like what you can buy on the tickets online. They're literally £10 a ticket.
Yeah,
There you go.
they are cheap.
Hardly
It's not a
anything.
money issue. It's
No,
not a
no,
money
it's not.
issue.
It's not.
Like
It's
what
not.
I will say,
It's the
guys.
will.
What I will say, guys, on
Look,
this is
look at
that.
tennis, for example. Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
go on.
lot
when
of
Serena
people that
Williams
love to
play
make a lot
tennis,
of noise. They love to make a lot of noise about it, but they don't want
yeah,
to do anything about it.
yeah, that's what
Because
I'm
they'd rather
saying.
watch
But
the
look at
Kardashians
women's tennis,
with the
for example.
Kardashians and shit. That's
If
why.
if if Serena Williams is playing a game, it's always full. It's never empty. So it's not that men don't want to support women. It's that women as well need to take responsibilities. And it's the same thing when I speak to people about racism. And I say that,
Yeah,
well, black people as well need to stop killing black people. Black
yeah,
on black crime is a thing. Gang affiliation, it's a
yeah.
problem. Like but people don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations. People like to blame people all the time. Oh, it's the white man's problem.
But this
Oh,
is,
oh,
but,
it's the
but this
men's
is,
problem.
but this is what I've said. This is what I said from the start. I've always said from the start, right? Uh, like when these issues come around, is that I'm not going to hide from these issues. If people want to come on here and talk about these issues, then we'll have that conversation, right?
100%.
In a good in a world in a well with a well respectful chat, right? Right, and a well respectful panel, we can have that conversation, right? And have these debates. I mean, me and Saeed privately have these debates all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like
After the
what is it?
Euros, we spoke about the Xhaka
Yeah,
incident.
yeah. I mean,
We
no,
spoke
but
about
here's
the
another.
party incident.
What's another subject? I mean, another subject is about the colonialism, for example.
Yeah,
We have a
yeah,
debate on that. Easy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there's some bits that he didn't agree with, but I agree with, and there's some bits that would be vice versa. But it's not like he's going to flip about it, and everyone's going to start causing media storm that everyone does on these days, right? It's about just having a decent conversation with decent human people, right? And if you can't do that, then what's the fucking point? What's the
Yeah, I know.
fucking point?
You know, another thing which has to happen is that the women's game must be more respected by people who are at the very top and also pundits. I'm sure a lot of you will have heard of another recent controversy with Graham Souness. That fella just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut. It's sometimes better to shut your mouth and leave a finger for
But I
That
blame
was a
Sky
thought.
Sports. If you have
Exactly.
someone like Jamie Carragher who spits on small girls and you give him a platform, then
Yeah,
you've set the standard that it's okay to discriminate women. And that's why
exactly. And
people like
Exactly.
Souness are comfortable to say what they're
Exactly.
saying, because other
exactly.
people have done worse.
Exactly. So it's not enough to get rid of Richard Keys and Andy Gray. You've got to reprimand people like Souness and Carragher and make it clear that that's not acceptable. But then if you're not going to do that and give them a platform, why the hell should we even bother to subscribe to you, even if it means missing out on a few games?
Yeah, he's on
Rather
Talksport
than
He's on Talksport every Monday now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
He's
Because
Simon
they
Jordan.
just care about the moolah. As long
Exactly.
as they are
Unless-
making money,
That's,
Yeah,
that's
they
so
love
unless-
it.
Yes.
They love it.
So unless,
at the end of the day, people. It's
unless
like,
you see more.
Hang on. One at a time. Hang on, Nestor, go on.
Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
yeah, no. All I was going to say is like it's jobs for the boys. It always has been. It always will be the way it still looks. Like, I mean, look at Arsenal, innit? All this talk about diversity and all of that. Look at our board members at Arsenal, yeah? The vast majority of them are white, old men. The only diverse figure is Vinay. I'm not going to say his last name because I'll butcher it. That's the only reason why. But even he is incompetent, as we all know. It's got nothing to do with his skin
Mate,
color.
I don't even know what his. I don't know what his fucking job is.
It's
I
because
don't even know what his fucking job is.
like, but yeah, because he's meant to be our CEO, but he's useless. How can that guy still be in a job when you basically got scammed by a Chinese woman representing as a Chinese car company when she wasn't, like, that's true. That's a true story.
Yeah, no,
if you are a CEO of any other company and you get scammed,
mate,
if you get finesse like that,
mate,
you're done.
that's it. We're getting banned.
but
We're getting
that
banned
is.
now. That's it.
But this is
That's
why.
It. We're banned.
This
It's
is
true.
why
I can't
a
watch
player
that
that
one
was
up in the
quoted
game.
at 50 million cost us 72 million because they're fraudsters at the top. And when that leaked,
By the
they
way, I
had to
think
kick
Eddie's a
someone
cricket player.
out, and it was Raul. But they were probably all into it because that's why
100%.
there was no statement. They didn't take him to any court. There was nothing.
Oh yeah, he
There
got
was-
20 million out of that, and he'd be like, "Well, Arsenal, I'll give you 3
I
million."
believe
Shut
Wenger
up.
was taking money out of all the transfers that he was involved in because he ran the club from top to bottom while he was there, especially in the Emirates era. Like, he must have had many kickbacks from all the players that we sold, the RVPs, the Fabregases, the Adebayors, the Nasris, etc. I personally believe he definitely got something out of them deals, one way or the other.
Right.
One way or the other.
Right.
I don't know.
As much as
Yeah.
I'd love to carry on the conversation, and
Yeah.
could carry on for ages,
Yeah.
I am absolutely exhausted. I ain't got the energy or the weather to be able to do this for much longer.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to cancel the F1 show again. But look, as I said, whenever I'm well,
Yeah.
I'll get these shows done. Right? Whenever I'm well, I'll get these shows done. Right? If these shows aren't going ahead on the schedule that I've just come out with on the that I've posted today, then you know why. It's just because I'm not well enough. Right?
Yeah.
If I don't get a chance to post it on the community tab that I haven't been well enough today to do it, right, then you know why it's just been moved to another date. You'll just see it's been moved to another date, you know why. Right? And I will do as much as I can. Big up to everyone that has subscribed. There've been 3 new subscribers from the last show, so thank you to everyone that's just done that. We're on 1.21 now, so that's good. Let's keep that going. Hit the join button as well. As usual, memberships as little as $1.99 a month. Level 1 to level 3. Right, level 2 you get the best perks from there onwards. So whatever price floats your boat, and it all goes to Children's Liberty Foundation. So if you can go and become a member, it really would help. So Natstar, where can I find you?
Natstar Official on Instagram. I'm not active on YouTube yet. Like, I have no content at the moment, but in the near future, I'll definitely have something sorted out. But I'm more into music myself, so I've got like a few projects like that I'm working on. I'm trying to work on a single at the moment. It is a very long process. Maybe not as long as this process, that's going on at Arsenal and all of that. But soon come.
You project now. You can't call it a process.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not that young myself. I'm still young in terms of like real world, but in football terms, I'm kind of like.
Can I just ask quickly? What do you think of Yeremy Pino?
He's a decent player. Like, he's okay, but for me personally, I think we can do better. Like, I think there are better wingers that would actually suit our style of play, or whatever style of play that.
Yeah, for me as I look at it, I think that's a signing that might be a long-term solution for Pepe. It's not going to be immediate, but it's like Marquinhos. He's going to be in the under 19s. They really rate him highly in Spain. Like, as mentioned in the previous show, So
he's good.
if you're gonna save money in the future down the line, like because they're apparently getting a discounted price, and in 3 years down the line he's worth 60 mil, then it's worth the actual punt. We've had let go a lot of youngsters this throughout this summer window, so like
I
look,
mean, he's
it's
already
a long term signing. It's not going to be something that you're going to see this season. It's going to be something you're going to see in 2-3 seasons time.
he's good enough to be a backup to Bukayo, but my first choice would probably be Eze. I think he's quality. I don't
Oh,
know if you
Eze,
guys were
yeah,
watching
Eze, yeah,
Crystal
Eze.
Palace game yesterday, but he was toasting Trent
Yeah,
upside and out.
Nunes thought it was WWE.
Yeah.
I
Central
don't think that Trent
the
Alexander.
European Central Sea. Yeah, he needs to relax in it.
Yeah, man. He needs to calm.
But yeah.
He took too much
Moving
go
to the
go.
cup.
He too much go go juice before he went out there, man.
Yeah. He's trying to mimic his
No,
hero,
he's
Luis
doing
Suarez.
anti-Joshua. No, he's doing anti-Joshua. You know, he's doing anti. Like, he must have
Yeah, but
thought. He must have
that was
thought as he
stupid.
came up to him, like, let's do a Zinedine Zidane 2006 final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he needs to get his emotion into stack, or he will
Klopp will
defenders
get.
will get into his head
Sorry,
every game.
I think Klopp will do that. I think Klopp will get him.
Yeah, I think Klopp will make sure he's set straight.
He's that sort of
We'll
man.
see. I mean, it's harder than you guys think. We saw that with Suarez as well.
And
It's harder than you think.
lastly, before I go and let everyone else go, who's going to win? I don't care. Anthony Joshua, I hope, because he's English, and he's Londoner.
I think Usyk will win it.
I don't.
Personally,
I'm not really bothered. I don't watch much boxing, to be honest. So
It'll be AJ. He will have learned.
Okay.
Again, we'll see.
I think it depends. If it becomes a long game, then Usyk will win. If AJ tries to knock him out, then he got a good chance.
That's the only way.
Okay.
Because AJ is physically stronger than him, but Usyk is technically better.
Mate, it's gone completely over me. They're two big lads that I wouldn't want to fucking punch. Like, I'll break my wrist just trying to do it. There you go. Right, I'd have to get my baseball back to make it a fair fight. But there you go. Say, where can I find you, my friend?
Yeah, you can find me here on SFeatleyTV on my guy's TV channel. You know, I'm tired today, so I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna tell you that he's a dictator and that he forced me to be here. I'm not gonna say any of that today. And yeah, by the way, make sure you join the membership. I'm still waiting for my Gucci bag. You know, so make sure you join ASAP. It's important. And yeah, I've started my own channel, King's Football Show. Make sure you tune in if you like FPL.
He thought he'd try and be as good as me.
Yeah. I'm stealing all of the Stevens customers, so soon. But yeah, and by the way, Steven, tomorrow, what are you doing? 6 p.m.
Tomorrow 6 p.m. I'm an hour from my preview at 7, so I should have an hour free.
Yeah, you join me tomorrow then. On my show
then I can go straight into the preview. That'd be easier.
All right, perfect. But thanks for having me on, and thanks to each and every one of you who've tuned into the channel as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know the deal.
Wicked. Manny, where can I find you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter at Thungatharai1981, getting torn to shreds by Arteta in people, if they're people. You can find me on Instagram at Manny, Thungatharai1981, if you want a more personal connection. You can also find me on Mr. Featley's TV channel and also Del Boy Gunner TV, Horace Talks Football, and maybe a few others coming. And like our friend Napster, I don't have a YouTube channel of my own, but I might consider doing something in the next few weeks, so watch this space. Before I go, a couple of announcements. We wish former Gunner...
It's too much work, and all you get is abuse.
Yeah. Our best wishes to former Gunner, 3-time FA Cup winner Nacho Monreal on his retirement. Sadly, he's had to quit the game due to a persistent knee injury. He'll always be remembered as someone who tried his hardest and he did whatever he could for the club. And to those fans in Brazil who have sent Willian Borges death threats on his performances with the club, shame on all of you.
Who's that? Who said that?
Willian. He went back to Corinthians to play, and news was that he's had to be forced out of the club because of death threats against him and his family. You can read about it on BBC Sport. Those fans who have done that are a shame to the game, and they should be found out and called out. Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, you know, he might be past
they support a club that's got class. They've got no class about them. Simple.
Exactly. And he went back there to do whatever he could, but he may be past his prime, but that type of behavior is inexcusable and intolerable. We need to make sure that we call that out wherever it is in the world. And that's pretty much it. I love floating around, spewing in the guff, chewing fat, floating wherever I'm welcome, and happy to go where I feel wanted.
Wicked. Right, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, and guys, we will see you tomorrow. Till then, take care.